It's Black History Month, and it's time for you to read some books about Black history. I have two novellas that I would like to recommend. The Baker's Bride and The Doctor's Bride. Both are part of the Romance Brides collection. Here is what The Baker's Bride is about. And this book takes place during the abolitionist movement. Ruth's beau was unalived simply because he was a slave. She is determined to help other enslaved people as she assists with the Underground Railroad. Recently freed and illiterate, Ruth is hired to bake mouth-watering delicious bread in a Philadelphia bakery. Her boss, Joseph, is kind, handsome, and determined to put an end to slavery. She feels emotionally connected to him as they work together for a common cause. His presence is like a fresh splash of spring rain on her parched soul. However, Joseph has plans. He's determined to make some major changes in his life. He desperately wants to escape from his overbearing mother and leave the family business forever. As his mother tries to match him with beautiful Francine, an upper-class Black woman, he feels trapped and unhappy. As he pursues his dreams, can he convince Ruth to give him a chance? Can Ruth open herself up to fall in love again? This book is really good because it's got over 200 five-star ratings and reviews on Amazon. And the one reason why this book, The Baker's Bride, is so phenomenal is because the heroine is strong. She stands up for herself. As I just read on the back, she's recently freed and she's illiterate. She needs a job. So she shows up in Philadelphia. She comes to the bakery, a bakery that's hiring. And the hero and the hero's mom, they run the bakery together. So Joseph is the hero. When Ruth comes to the bakery to apply for the job, Joseph is about to let her, Joseph is considering hiring her, but the mother doesn't want her there because the mother doesn't like Ruth because Ruth doesn't speak properly because, like I said, she used to be a slave and she never learned how to speak properly, like use proper English is the way the mother interprets as proper English. And she just doesn't want her there. And plus she can see that her son is attracted to her. And that's not their type of people. They're upper-class Black people, and that's not who they want to affiliate with. That's the way the mother thinks. But when Joseph's mom says that Ruth can't work there, Ruth stands up for herself. She said, I can bake bread better than anybody here. Let me prove it to you. And so she bakes a loaf of bread. And when she bakes a loaf of bread, after she bakes it, she cuts it. Joseph comes and cuts the hot bread. He puts some butter on the bread. And he gives a slice to his mom, and he eats a slice, and it's the best bread he's ever tasted. He gobbles the bread up so quickly that there's some butter that dribbles, melted butter dribbles out the side of his mouth. And his mother reprimands him and says, you're eating like a street urchin. But he sees that his mom has devoured her bread as well. She wants another slice, but is too proud to say so. So she goes ahead and allows him to hire Ruth with reservations. She still doesn't like hiring somebody who used to be a slave, but the bread is so phenomenal. So this happens within the first scene, and you see how Ruth is so courageous. That's why you must check out The Baker's Bride. It's book number 1 in the Romance Bride series. Book number 2 is The Doctor's Bride. And this book is about Deborah. She's a school teacher, and she wants to go to school to get a degree in botany. And this shows, like, historically how hard it was for women, especially Black women, to go to school back then. And for The Doctor's Bride, Deborah used to be in love with Timothy. He's the hero. A long time ago. When she was a teenager, she used to go out into the fields and look at plants, and Timothy would come with her because he shared the same he shared the same interest with her. They both loved looking at plants and their healing properties and stuff. And they would play a little game, who could name the plants the quickest and their healing properties the quickest, and that person would win the game. So they would spend time together sharing this affection for plants. And she was attracted to him. And she comes home one day and is shocked to discover that he's married her twin sister. And she thought they had something going, you know? So he marries her twin sister and they ended up leaving. They have a wedding and they leave. Now he's back. It's 8 years later. Her twin sister is unalive now, and he's back in town. And he has a daughter who's her niece, because it's her twin sister's daughter. So Deborah was in love with Timothy years ago, but he married her twin sister Eve instead. Now Deborah is a school teacher, and widower Timothy is back as the town's doctor. As he helps her to study for a college entrance exam, her feelings for him are rekindled. Will Timothy return her affections? So this title, The Doctor's Bride, it also has tons of 5-star reviews and ratings on Amazon. So check this title out as well. And I mentioned Francine for The Baker's Bride. There was a secondary character named Francine, an upper-class black woman who Joseph's mom wanted him to marry, but he doesn't love Francine. So you know how that's going to end up, because it's a romance and Ruth is the main character. So you know how that's going to end up. So Francine has a different story. The third book in this series, which I am writing right now, is called The Blacksmith's Bride. And that story will be book number 3. It's available. The Blacksmith's Bride is available on Amazon. So head over to Amazon and check out both of these stories. And you can also pre-order the third book. And also look at my link tree. You'll see a link for all of my books, and you can access the books that way. So check these books out for Black History Month. Be sure to share this video with all of your friends and family and reader friends, anybody who likes to read. Just share this with them, and be sure to let them know to, delve into these stories for Black History Month. It'll be a treat. So thanks for listening to this video in its entirety, and I hope you have a great day.